Good Friday evening. Pardon me. Banging out some CW on 30. Got spotted down in CT land at 50 watts. I want to show you something about good antenna systems and working in groups like field day and such. Classical problem, complaining about interference among transmitters and all that at the same location. Here I'm on 10113 at 50 watts, just banging out a good signal. I got 10113. I'm going to turn AF down and a radio right beside it. Kenwood on 40 meters on a correctly matched 40-meter antenna that isn't 60 feet away from the 10-meter or the 30-meter antenna. And there's a weak signal on 7013. I'm going to key the transmitter on 10113 and watch what happens to the receiver here, the Kenwood. A little bit of, but I can still copy the distant signal in the background with the S6 or so noise. There's essentially no coupling between the antenna systems that close together. Get a little closer so maybe you can hear the whooshing sound in the speaker. But I can still copy on 40 meters. This 40-meter signal that's only a 3x7 because of the noise. I could still copy that with this Yaesu sitting right beside the Kenwood, and the antennas almost on top of each other. Now, why can't we do that on field day? Very simple answer. There's a stronger signal. There's a copyable signal. Let's get a little better signal. No meaningful interference with an S9 to 20 over signal on 40 meters. The reason for that, the reason for field day problems, interference, the reason for the nonsense that the local club here did with going to great extents making field day filters, screwy antenna systems are the reason. Mismatched antenna systems, all the transmission lines coming back to a pretty much common point, pretty much in parallel, and all of them leaking like a sieve because the antennas are mismatched. I have videos here explaining that. It is absolutely vital to have correctly matched antennas, and especially operating in a group like that. I can work almost anybody on 40 meters here while I'm transmitting on 30. The two antennas they're not perpendicular, they're not parallel. They're probably off axis by 25 degrees. So that minimizes the coupling. And the 40-meter antenna is at about 15 to 20 feet, and the 10-meter antenna is 6 feet up. So a little separation. Off axis, if the antennas are perpendicular, there'll be almost no pickup between the two. And especially if the antennas are correctly matched on their respective bands, they'll be mismatched on other bands and tend to reject the energy. So especially field day and such, you're having trouble with crosstalk between transmitters, it's the junk antennas. Fix the antennas. Lots of information here on how to do that. KBYP did it. And as a PS, this 30-meter and 40-meter antennas are separated by a modest distance, but the transmission lines are run in parallel and almost touching each other, coming through the wall back there over a span of upwards of 20 feet. So when there's coupling between the two, it ain't the antenna, it's the transmission lines. They're mismatched, they're leaky, they're coupling energy from one to the other. And I've got proof of that in my videos here. So search them out and watch them. KBYP did again.